Welcome to Good News Week, and the big news? 2 professors from Victoria University in New Zealand have come up with a bold new way to reduce carbon emissions: edible pets. In their book, Time to Eat the Dog, Brenda and Robert Vale say the eco-footprint of a 4-wheel drive driven 10,000 kilometres a year is half that of the family pooch. It's also much harder to fit 4 kids in the back of your dog. It's extraordinary, isn't it? The impact of a German Shepherd is actually worse than driving a big car. But if you drive a big car and run over a German Shepherd, it counts as carbon credits. As part of a solid commitment at Copenhagen, world leaders should each have to eat a German Shepherd. Maybe not a problem for Kim Jong-il, but we all know Kevin Rudd's attitude to red meat. Remember, a pet is not just for Christmas. It also makes yummy leftovers on Boxing Day. We're very excited about this. The FBI's official website has introduced a kids page. I guess catching Bin Laden was getting a bit hard. But at least now they can colour him in. The page is designed for children to learn more about the Bureau through stories, interactives and age-appropriate activities like You're Never Too Young to Inform on Mummy and Daddy. It answers every question the average American kid would ask about the FBI, like, how do you spell it? On one interactive page, it asks you to help disguise Special Agent Bobby Bureau to go undercover. There's Bobby Bureau. And if you're feeling adventurous, give him a cute blonde bob, thick eyelashes and bright red lipstick, just like his old boss, J. Edgar Hoover. The kids can learn about important things like safety from Daryl and Shirley, the bomb sniffer dogs. That's cool! Safety tips from dogs that run towards bombs. Up there for thinking, FBI. You can also play a virtual game where Ahmed has a funny time on the waterboard. Tell the truth, silly Ahmed. The Bureau is launching a range of kids' merchandise too. Look, it's Guantanamo Elmo. Strip him naked, put his head in a bag and let the dog play with him. But while the FBI kids page is good, it's still not as much fun as Al-Qaeda's Junior Flight Simulator. Ooh, and while we're on the subject, according to US officials, Al-Qaeda's influence is waning because it's desperately short of funds. I mean, this is serious, people. Al-Qaeda might even have to cancel this year's Christmas party. And it gets worse. The suicide bomber who blew up that bank in Pakistan last week was the only Al-Qaeda member who knew their PIN. They're so poor, they've worn holes in the soles of their shoe bombs. They're so poor, many have had to declare a second jihad just to make ends meet. They're so poor, new recruits are only being offered 32 and a half virgins in heaven. Money is so tight, they're even considering the world's greatest shave. Here's an idea, right? Why don't they invite caring Westerners to sponsor an Al-Qaeda kiddie? Yeah? For just $5 a week, you can provide little Muhammad with an educational hoodie and a bomb belt. And you'll receive regular updates, details on the weapons you've helped him buy, and he'll send you letters. But don't open them. This could have grave consequences. If the terrorism industry goes bust, we'll have no excuse to stop the boat people. And that's the good news.
It's good news week. Someone dropped a bomb somewhere, contaminating the atmosphere and blackening the sky. It's good news week. Someone found a way to give the rotting dead a will to live, go on and never die. It's good news week. It's good news week.
you, good evening. Tonight, because we can't pay the rent otherwise, the gentle goodness of Claire Hooper. From The Chaser, comic genius, musical prodigy, heartless monster, Andrew Hansen.
That'll be me, except for the first two.
And he's one of the great stars of British comedy, an actor, director and writer in Australia with his 13th novel, Meltdown, Ben Elton. And they're keeping the balls in the air with the dark and brooding Mikey Robins. The cool and groovy Kitty Flanagan. And the light and fluffy Tom Gleeson. Nothing light and fluffy from him?
No, I'm trying to cultivate a new image.
What's the new image?
I want to be known as someone who's a bit mean, got a bit of edge.
Tom, I've known you for ages. You look like the world's oldest school prefect.
Yeah, school prefect that's on drugs.
Any particular drugs?
Yeah, I have up to about 4 coffees a day now. Espresso, nothing light.
Edgy ginge.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Kitty,
Yes.
how are you?
Oh, I'm good, yeah. I'm going to England to go to a wedding. It's exciting, isn't it? Everyone feels the same about a wedding. You know, you get an invitation, you go, oh, that's my weekend fucked. No, that's just me being bitter. I'm sorry. Someone's been sucking on a lemon. Yay, I'm so excited.
So it's not your wedding?
No, but I get to be the oldest bridesmaid in the world. Hooray!
And Andrew, back on the show. Last time you came on the show, you were doing a musical piece.
It was very weird. I was here with my old bandmates. And, yeah, unfortunately, I'm here again. Good God. I don't know what happened. I think I got the date wrong and just turned up. That's what you get when you try and use Google Calendar, you know.
You've got this coming out.
Look, I've already plugged the bloody thing on the show last time. If you want to see my plug, go to bloody YouTube. I don't want to plug the DVD again.
You don't want to plug it again?
No, don't plug the DVD again. The DVD is of the Chasers War on Everything Series 3 available now. Don't plug that again. Yes.
I always found The Chaser really offensive, the way you used to always say bloody. Used to really get under my skin.
Very
I used to
hardcore.
write a lot of letters to the guys. Yeah, I wish they'd stop saying bloody.
Like you. I came from your school of edgy, you see. None of this light and fluffy like you are. Well, there's nothing much fluffy on your head, though, Tom, I noticed.
Oh, hey.
Hey, he's going through chemo. Typical of the Chaser.
That is...
Typical of the Chaser.
This is not some dirty Chaser sketch.
A nightmare that keeps repeating. Just like to make this formal apology to Tom Gleeson that if you were offended by the light and fluffy comment, I'd take it all back.
And finally, our very special guest, Ben Elton.
Pleasure to be here.
When did you get to Australia?
Today.
Today?
Yeah, and also with a very bad back. I had to have an MRI scan before they let me on a plane, so I'm Valiumed up, and that's really why I'm making no particular contribution to the show. But I'm happy to snooze through it if you don't mind me.
Yeah, look.
Here we go, a plug. And I am...
There you go, this is a real plug. This is how a man does a plug.
Yeah.
Look at this corker of a book. What's this one, your 13th?
It's my 13th novel, all top 5, 7 number 1s. Count 'em, I'm bigger than Kylie. She's only 4 foot.
Well, bigger than Kylie where it counts, I reckon.
You know what I find impressive? I find it impressive that you've written more novels than I've read.
I've written more novels than I've read, actually. I'm a bit of a history and biography man myself. Don't put it down yet. Bloody
Sorry.
That's called a pack shot, that is.
There we go. Is that good? Is that good? Is that good?
Yeah,
We're
it's
selling
looking
it?
good. Let's go.
Available at all the finest airports.
Exactly. You're not paying me to be on this bloody show. That is my fee, the plug. That's why I'm here. So...
It's got to be shocking if I read the last page, wouldn't it?
Well, it's a gag fest throughout, so I think you'll find, you know, people will still find something to love.
It must be awful to be so industrious, though, is it, Ben? 13...
You are
novels.
very firm, aren't you?
It must be a
I
terrible
don't know
life.
whether to be scared or crack a fat. You're really... You are? Ooh,
Don't you just want to...
must be very strange. To answer your question, I enjoy working. I do, yes.
Because you must be desperate to just play Mario Kart or something, eh, by now?
I'm not a. Fine, trying to get your kids off those damn things. The
Drugs.
Nintendo. Well, it is a drug. It is a great worry. I feel very worried about the whole video game Nintendo-y thing. Do you do it at all? Do you play?
Do I play?
Are you a gamesman?
I once did.
You do.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Paul, you almost changed your name by default to Lara Croft.
It was just a couple of years, that's all, and I got off it. I got away from it. I can't go near them now.
You've got a knife strapped to your thigh, I'll bet you have.
I think you're worried about it because you're out of touch. It's not this anymore, it's more like this.
Oh, it's we, yeah.
You got to look stupid while you're doing it.
or look stupid while you're not doing it. Speaking about games, the opening salvo of this particular game is What's the Story? Claire, Andrew, Ben. On your marks.
What do you want us to do?
Look at the screen.
Here it is.
Oh,
Look at the screen, old
All
friend.
right.
I want to see.
Yes, there's a boring man talking.
Olympics.com.au.
It's to do with sport.
Yeah, heaven help us. Heaven
The
help
Olympics.
us.
I'm so pissed off that we've got the Olympics in Britain. Firstly, you know, it's obviously it's only so that people feel sorry for us and let us win some medals for once. But I'm not interested in sport. The idea of athletics, I mean, jumping over, you know, the young man representing Britain is marvellous. He jumps in the air. He trains every day for months on end, and he goes out in the morning and jumps in the air all day. And then he never stops. He doesn't take drugs, and just goes in the middle of the field and jumps in it. Why? Why do, you know? I mean, and just throws a... He does, you know, there was a time when sports were for training, wasn't it? I mean, that was what the Greeks did it for, you know. You'd throw a javelin to kill a bison.
Before you made man
For a purpose.
Not a lot of call to kill a bison. Where we live, we go to Coles, you know, I think they should have sports for modern dilemmas. You know, it's to train people for more like jumping queues or cheating the social.
I must say, I'm training in the high jump at the moment to jump over the collected novels of Ben Elton. It's very difficult. I keep bumping my shoulder against Dead Famous.
What you have to do is jump over and read one as you go, you see. That's it, and through.
Ben, I think you'd jump and then plug one on the way.
Well, that was a good one.
Well, if I could, then there would be a purpose for a sport. You know, I mean, this idea of we eulogise excellence. I think we should eulogise crapdom. Most people are crap. We should have sports that...
We do that in Australia as well. Bomb chick bomb girl.
No. We have an award ceremony for crapdom. It's called the Logies.
Do we have an answer, though, to the question?
It's the reducing medal count of previous Olympics and the fact that they're expecting us to do even worse this time, and how we should have funded sport. Well, really? Because, you know, like what you're doing is you're taking someone who can run really fast and training them with loads of money to run even faster. What about somebody who's got no legs? Maybe you could just buy them a wheelchair so they could go a little bit far. Do you know what I'm just saying? Priorities, people. That's all I'm saying.
It sounded like an insensitive rant, that. I'm not sure.
It's infectious sitting next to this bloke.
Now she's going...
We've all gone
legs.
chaser. We've all gone chaser on it.
No, it's going...
I'm standing up for people with no legs. I'm saying they can...
Stop it. Oh, dear God.
I had no legs once.
Well, I think legless would be a great Olympic sport because, you know, I mean, anyone can run, but try doing it when you're pissed. Now, I think, you know, now that would be good if they all had to drink a bottle of Bundy before the sprint.
Yes. And the lanes could be all wonky like that, isn't it?
The really good thing in the relay, instead of a baton, you can have like a Lebanese roll.
Kebab. Lovely kebab.
The best Olympics. Think of the new event, aiming at the toilet bowl, you know? Staggering up the stairs. I mean, like, to negotiate, trying to get your key in the lock. Now, that would be
Great idea. Yeah, the 7-metre chunder or something like that.
So they do have it, ladies and gentlemen. They're across the line. First story. Something terrible is about to happen. If our athletes don't get a lot more money at the next Olympics, Australia will be beaten by the Poms. Just 10 years ago, we were the kings of international sport. Now the trophy cabinet is almost bare. That's Australia. Can't bat, can't bowl, also can't swim, can't run, can't kick, can't score, can't throw, can't dive, can't punch, can't ski, can't skate, can't ride, can't stand on our heads underwater and wave our legs in the air without floaties. The only hope we have of fielding a decent swimming team is if we can get Ian Thorpe and Grant Hackett to breed. Apparently Ian's quite keen, but Grant's just not interested. The AOC is asking for an extra 100... Don't stop me now! The AOC is asking for an extra $108 million per year for the next 10 years. Without it, they say, we may never see the glory days when we were fourth on the medal tally. And surely $1 billion is well worth it to come in fourth. Go Australia, almost bronze. But if we want to match Beijing, when we had a team of 435 athletes, we really need 200 grand more per year for each athlete. And $4 trillion is a small price to pay to make 0.002% of the population slightly better at sport.
Tom, you have a maths degree. Did you understand that joke?
Did actually, yeah, it was really good.
Oh,
Mikey, Kitty, Tom, all systems a go.
Right. That's a man pointing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
What are they?
It's like a space
Lights.
station or something.
Oh, what's going on there?
Well, it looks like chocolate milk bottles in space.
Hey, is that
like
it? Chocolate milk bottles in space.
You've got it, ladies and gentlemen. 10 points, take them. No, that's not it. Come on.
You know this
It's
one.
about the space hotel.
Space hotel, you say?
I was hoping everyone would be funny first and then I would just go space hotel, but we all just said nothing and then I said space hotel. Didn't quite work as planned.
What is the space hotel then?
But there's now backers and designers, and they reckon that they'll have a space hotel up and running. So basically, you can have a holiday in space.
Man, how bad would that be if you left your phone charger in that hotel? Rubbish.
And the porn's going to cost a fortune.
What would you do in a hotel in space? I mean, as you say, the porn movie. I mean, how would you get the rhythm? Weightless wanking. Could it be done?
I mean, Ben, you would be literally bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, you would.
They do have it, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for them. A Barcelona-based company claims to be on target to open the first hotel in space by 2012. Getting them up there will be a challenger. It'll cost $4.4 million to stay at the Galactic Suite Space Resort, but that's for 3 whole nights. Unfortunately, as it orbits the Earth every 80 minutes, each night is only about 40 minutes long. The hotel will have lots of highly trained staff, including helpful tour guides. Earth? Yeah, that's Earth. Yeah, Earth. Activities include extreme jumping, crater spotting, and the galaxy's most frustrating game of quoits. The multi-million-dollar holiday also includes an 8-week training course on a tropical island. That's a lot of effort for a dirty weekend having sex on the ceiling. So after one atmospheric round of Good News Week, the Hooper team are on 10 points, the Robins team are on 10 points. Coming up, action-packed violence. During the break, as we started walking towards the light, both teams were given 3 clues to a recent strange but true story. Hooper, Hansen and Elton have a pallet.
Wow, she's tiny.
Went up the beanstalk and stole this. Is this... that's
what it's looking like, or is this a broomstick?
Harry Potter's bled all over the brush there.
Oh, yeah, right. That's a broomstick for somebody who's sort of...
No, I think Malfoy was giving him a bit of dormitory action, I'm afraid. You know those public schools in England?
Right in the Quidditch.
Yeah. Who's next?
We also have a utensil.
Is that me?
Yes, that's you.
That's me. Yes,
what's your
I've
utensil?
been given a crowbar with which I believe to get my plug in as often as I can. So I'm just crowbarring.
Crowbar that into the shot.
Exactly. Well done. I've been given a real heavy crowbar, so I don't know what to do with it. Why have I been given a crowbar?
Usually what we do is we wait till summer, then head down to Cronulla.
And we have this.
Now, this is the musical clue part of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. The bloody musical clue. The musical clue. It's quite old-fashioned, really, isn't it? Would you like me to do it in blackface? Good, clean fun. This is the song. You may recognise this if you're very old. I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place when we first met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. And what I really like about that is the Beatles sort of ran out of words in that bit where they go, because there's so many words in the first line, and then there's this extra bit of music, and he had nothing left to say. It's one of my favourite Beatles tunes, but look, that's what they asked me to do. Thank you.
Andrew Hansen. And Robins, Flanagan and Gleeson got a woodland creature.
What a freak.
We also have a cure.
Let's see what happens, kids. It's dissolved.
Well, that's thrilling television, isn't it?
That looks like looks like that car trip where I couldn't make a stop.
Have you ever done that thing where, like, you know, you've come home pissed, but I'll have a Barocca before I go to sleep. You wake up in the morning, you've forgotten you've had the Barocca. You're having your first slash and you go, oh my God, I swallowed a texter. Or is it just giant hedgehogs that do that?
We also have this.
I'm supposed to sing a song about fruit, but this is the only one I know, so I have to do this one.
Okay.
Move into the country and eat me a lot of peaches. Move into the country and eat me a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man. Remember, I could be talking about any fruit like a banana.
Kids love it, they've gone wild for that. More of those special gifts at the end of the show. Right now, the game called Survey Says. Andrew Hansen. According to a study by the World Masters Games, 9 out of 10 Australians over 35 say sport is more important than religion, a major part of our national identity, or an acceptable way to perv on young spunks with great bodies.
Well, if it's C, you're not going to get at the World Masters Games, are you? Did you see any of that? My goodness. I saw the swimming pool event. It was like the entire staff of Hogwarts drowning.
They had to scrub the swimming pool afterwards because of all the dead skin just floating at the side.
As a man who suffers severely from psoriasis, I'm finding this very offensive and very chaser-like.
It's upsetting. Are you offended? I'd just like to formally apologise again to Mr. Elton.
I've actually done a bit of drug testing at the Masters Games, and this is a sample I collected. Yeah, they're clear. They're clear.
Do you have an answer, Andrew Hansen?
Well, I mean, look, we need to mull it over, don't we? What do you think?
B sounds the most sensible, but they're all absolutely
it's
something
boring,
9 out of
isn't it?
10 Australians would say.
Well, to me, more important than religion doesn't make it very important. I feel religion gets far too large a place in our society. When they're doing chat shows, important events happen, they turn to a rabbi or a vicar or an imam. As a person of faith, how do you feel? This is always offered as if this is somehow a commendation. You know, as if like that will give you a greater, like there's more weight to your opinion. And I'm thinking, as a very superstitious person who believes in fantasies, I don't wish to insult anybody else's faith.
Insult them, they love.
But I don't want to go old chaser on you, for God's sake. But I personally find it offensive that the idea that if you have faith, you have somehow slightly higher moral high ground to begin your debate than people who, like me, are an atheist. So personally, if sport's more important than religion, doesn't make it very important to me.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you there.
There you
And
go.
I think, and sport and religion too. I mean, I think Well, the amount of sexual molestation is about the same in the two.
Good point. It's a good point you make.
Is there a lot of sexual molestation in sport?
Oh, in this country, they
you
love
haven't
it.
been to Australia lately.
Look, I know the odd tennis coach has had a fiddle every now and then, but I mean, apart from that, is it...
We've got about 100 of these to get through, so if we could just pick up the pace slightly there.
Oh, OK, look, let's go with the boring answer B, because it's going to be the boring one. I wish it wasn't, but it's going to be the boring
I wish there was a B next to any one of those. I don't know
The second one.
Oh, the second one.
Like in my head, it's a B, the second one. A major part of our national identity, just
OK,
behind
can we just check and see if Andrew's right?
Right.
Oh, yes! A consulting firm has found, on average, Mexico's adults do what 20 times a day?
Don't go chaser on us, for God's sake.
Swear, get contaminated with drug residue, or touch their gun.
What's drug residue?
Get contaminated with drug residue.
What is drug
Do
residue?
you think I don't know drug residue?
Is that puke or something? Or is that like...
It's Mexico.
I've heard Mexicans swear.
Mexico. Yes, I can swear in Spanish. It's great fun. It could be swearing. I'd do that 20 times a day if I was a Mexican.
Can you swear in Spanish?
Yeah. Chupana nos mingos longo. That means lick my dick. Chupa mis huevos. Suck my testicles.
Hang on, no. That is not swearing, that is just pleading.
You're clearly a big fan of Mexican porn.
It's got to be B, if we're allowed to use. I'm just throwing him. I'm not saying that's our answer, but I mean, it is very sadly the case.
I must say, I didn't think the surname Cousins was Mexican, but let's go for the drugs.
I don't really, because I feel like
fighting. I love when they fight
right.
amongst themselves.
Oh, we're going to have a fight.
Well, you're disagreeing. Two fellas. It's a democracy, is it not? A captain? Captain?
Well, no, look, I'm the captain, but it is your game, Andrew, and I...
Why is it Andrew's game?
It is, I don't know.
I don't know how it became my game.
He'll give it to you if you want it.
I don't want it to be my game.
I
have flown 10,000 miles, you know, but all right, let it be Andrew's game, you know. I mean,
There's his fucking book again.
All right, 13 in the bloody thing. 13.
just you remember it. Look, I'm opting out. You decide.
It's drugs. It's drugs.
Okay, let's have a look. See if Andrew Hansen is right. Is it drug?
Mis bastos de la puero smorgon blom blom blom.
You were right. We're sorry.
That's the first time in the history of this show that anyone has got anything wrong. Kitty Flanagan, your survey says...
Space Hotel.
Starts...
No, sorry.
A study by Australia's Food Safety Information Council has found 3 in 10 men and fewer than 1 in 10 women have tried dog and cat food. Don't wash their hands after going to the toilet. Sometimes leave food out for rats.
I tell you what...
I don't believe 3 in 10 men and fewer than 1 in 10 women don't wash their hands after... No, there's a lot more than that. It can't be that one. Have tried dog and cat food. That's up there, I reckon.
I reckon, though, if you combine all 3, that girl's a winner.
So do we have an answer?
Yeah, I'm going to say A. Dog and cat food.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's misleading.
The stats there, they're the number of people that admitted to it. So I think it's 10 out of 10 men don't wash their hands. Isn't it? I mean, you don't do it. Why bother? If you wash your hands after going to the toilet as a man, you're pretty much admitting you got a dirty cock. Now, mine is good. And after I go to the toilet, my hands are better off.
My hands are dirtier than my genitals. So I always wash my hands first.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go...
I do that too. I don't want half a hamburger in my lap.
No!
If I've been eating one.
Exactly. I don't want to dirty up my nice clean penis.
Can I move? We'll get some sanitising hand
We're
wipes
saying
here for
we're
these
clean.
You got to get your dinner off my cock.
And you can eat my cock off your dinner.
Hey, as long as your dinner's 4.5 Tic Tacs. According to a report from Denmark, 180,000 people around the world have joined what? An online club for the exceptionally beautiful? A cult that wants to fight climate change with cannibalism. A Christian fight club that takes on real lions. The game hinges on this one at this point in time. The game hinges on this.
I think it is the first one, an online club for the exceptionally beautiful, and then they also have to join a sister club, which is for the exceptionally up themselves.
Shall we have a look? Yes! Kitty Flanagan, awesome. Powers of deduction. The human race has taken another great step forward with the launch of a dating website called beautifulpeople.com. Applicants have to post a picture of themselves, then members rate them as yes, definitely, yes, OK, no, not really, and quick, Francesca, the barge pole. But honestly, if you're that good looking and still have to resort to internet dating, what's the catch? Neurotic? Psychopathic? Flatulent? Or just plain stupid? Come on, there's a reason you're single, and those looks are going to fade, but neurotic, psychotic, flatulent and moronic are forever. The good news is, though, there are dating websites which cater for the plain and homely. They're called dating websites. The Hoopers are now on 15 points. The Robinses, 20 points. Up next, the rather special couch. And now, Couch Potato with Ben Elton. Coming through.
Okay, I'm on the...
Will that be good for you or not?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm drugged up. I can do it. I'm just doing a bit slow, a little bit slow at the moment. There we... Oof.
Oof. I feel for you. I can see you're in pain.
I'm in a bit of pain.
I quite enjoy it.
Look, I could look more elegant, but anyway, there we go.
You look lovely.
Thank you,
You look
darling.
lovely. Very relaxed.
Would you join me in a little room
wouldn't
here
mind.
on the couch? Plenty of room. It's rather a wide couch we
This is the
have
first
here.
time I've actually been next to someone on the couch. Oh,
I can't cross my legs.
Maybe not then.
Right.
But just even being next to you then, move the back of the couch and
Exactly.
hurt you a little bit.
I should like to crack a major double and say you sat down next to me and I went completely stiff. But it's actually true. But not in the knob department, it was in the back department. Anyway.
We don't have to keep going. Let's start with a bit of word association, Ben.
All right.
You ready for this?
Is this a sort of psychiatry sort of sketch?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, right. I've got it now, the couch
You've got the
association.
couch, yeah.
What's this about?
Yeah.
Am I to be rogered by a satirical Australian?
Would you like to be rogered by a satirical Australian?
Well, we do go back a long way.
We go back a long way.
Yeah, Doug's on my show in England in 1986. You were bloody good.
Well, bloody
I'm
good.
wet and I'm moist.
Oh, you know the
I
words.
remember it, yeah. It's a song about snogging his dead grandma. You remember that?
She wasn't dead at the time.
Well, she was dead in the song.
Oh, yes, she was dead in the song.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what we were thinking, Ben. When I look back.
I don't think you were thinking, you three crazy Aussies. Anyway.
We'll begin with some word association.
Absolutely.
England.
Where I was born?
Yeah, you've got it. That's great.
Okay.
Perfect. Fame. Don't feel like you're being judged at all.
Fame, oh, look, honestly, it's not what it's cracked up to be. It's better. From the moment you wake up in the morning and your personal Percy pointer points it at when you go to bed and a little chocolate's arranged for you on the pillow, it's fabulous being famous. I love it.
Queen.
The Queen. Listen, if you mean the Queen...
Any Queen.
It's
your mind we're delving into.
Let's leave the Kings of Rock out of it for a moment. Look, I know there's a lot of Republican debate going on, and I understand, it's strange to have a foreigner as your head of state. I can see that that's kind of sort of weird.
Have you met her?
Yes, I have actually.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, a number of times. And I tell you, people say, "Oh, it's so elitist, the posh English, and you hanging on to yours. Why don't you grow up and get into the 20s? You go, elite system, kowtow to the Queen." Think about it. She's not. This isn't elite. She's an ordinary lady. That woman represents Britain more than any head of state represents their country. Think she's a sad little old lady, right? She lives in state-sponsored accommodation. Her husband's a mad old bigot who wishes it was still the war. 3 out of her kids' 4 marriages have failed. That's very common. The oldest one's a disillusioned ex-hippie. The middle one's a bit of a yob. Youngest lad, we used to think, took it from behind. I'm just saying... That's bog standard British family in all its rainbow glory. If she had a black one and a disabled one, she'd have the full deck. Now that is a head of state. I'm just saying. Just remember, next time the Republican debate comes up.
Normally with word association, we just try for one word that comes to
The producer said have a bit of fun.
I know.
He did.
Yeah, cool. You have fun. GFC.
Oh, yeah, we call that the CFU in England, yeah. The complete fuck up. Wasn't it astonishing that, you know, for years none of us knew anything. We all knew we didn't understand finance. When the finance bit on the news comes in, you make a cup of tea. Everybody does. It's like you think the Treasurer, he goes and makes a cup of tea. What we didn't understand was that the people in the financial world didn't understand it either. That was the
freak out, wasn't it?
That was wow, they don't get it either. They're human too. Almost sort of some sympathy for them, really, till they started giving themselves another load of bonuses. What a terrible thing it was.
Evil monstrosity.
Still gave me a novel, so bollocks to all the poor people. I'm quite pleased, you know.
Should we go a bit deeper?
OK.
How's that Valium going?
It's OK.
Is it working?
Right. Yeah, it is. It's a muscle relaxant. I'm not doing it to get any kind of, like, you know, bars, man. You know, I'm just on a couple of E's, that's all. Just,
It's a lovely car.
Getting off on one. Yeah.
Do comedians have a responsibility to get up people's noses? What gets up your nose?
Well, firstly, I don't think comedians have any responsibility beyond those that beset any artist, which is above all to thine own self be true. You should try and write material and deliver material that you personally think is funny. If you're thinking, what I do is I annoy people, then I think you'll just write crap material. But if something annoys you and you want to nail it, then you'll probably write good material. So your responsibility is to write good material, not to get up people's noses. What gets up my nose? Homework gets up my nose. There is a current thing in Britain, I don't know if it's happening in Australia, where suddenly the parents are supposed to involve themselves with, you get a note from schools saying, you know, you are to do this with your child. Now, I did my homework in the 1970s.
Yeah.
What's more, it's all different. Maths has changed. Anyone got any children here? Maths has been, they don't do long division the way we did it. They don't subtract from the left and carry 10. It's all changed. So you get a note from school saying, parents, come in for an evening seminar on the new maths so that you can do your maths with your kid. Piss off! I went to school. That gets up my nose.
Do you ever find yourself longing for Thatcher's Britain?
No, she wasn't hers at the time. She thought it was, but it bloody wasn't. I mean, Thatcher was a deeply divisive person. I mean, she shattered much of what we thought we knew about British society. I mean, some of what she did was, no, I don't miss her at all. And as a satirist, there's plenty left. Believe me, you know, there's plenty left in the world.
But quite sexy as well. Did you find Thatcher a bit sexy? All the Tories at the time were saying she was quite hot.
Well, she had sort of annoyed me because she always wanted to smoke after we shagged, and I hated that. You know, because that was just so dirty. She'd say, that was absolutely marvellous, Ben. And then she'd light up, and honestly, I thought she was a posh bird, she's a fag Ash Lil.
If you had the power, how would you change the world?
I definitely think what I was talking about Thatch. I believe that it was a mindset. I don't blame her.
If you say that, Thatch, it means something a little bit different in this country.
Oh. Well, no, they don't have many more of these girls. They're mad. Everyone's ripping it. Leave your fannies alone. Everybody's fiddling with themselves. Oh, I think I'll shave my pubes into a little heart shape and have a tattoo of a panda just above it. Leave it alone. Stop fiddling with yourself. Get do some social work, for God's sake. Honestly, don't piercing themselves and doodling on themselves. People obsessed with themselves. Anyway.
You like a lovely thick thatch. Is that what you're saying?
I don't mind a bit of bush. I don't mind it at all, But I do think that this, like, that we've made, you know, God, originally the idea, talking about religion, it says God made man in his image. Now we make God in our own image. We are made of ourselves gods. Everyone's obsessed with their own, you know, this constant, so our bodies are our own temples. You've got to watch it with the tattoos. They're going to change as time goes on, you know, they'll expand with your body, yeah, you know. Old Sporty Spice, you remember her? Angel tattooed around her belly button, taut little belly button. These days, that's Angel. How did we get onto Thatch?
Let's get off it.
All right, OK.
What ambitions do you have left unfulfilled?
Set up a lot of copies of Meltdown, obviously. I don't have any unfulfilled ambitions because I was incredibly fortunate in that I fulfilled my ambition at the age of 21, which was to make my living as a comic artist, as a writer, somebody who wrote jokes and stories and scripts, and I have been doing it ever since, and my avowed ambition is to continue doing it till the day I die. But what I do is what I always wanted to do. I am incredibly lucky in that respect. So professionally, I have no further ambitions. But I do want to make the perfect Yorkshire pudding.
Right. So we have the last question for you now. What's the best decision you've ever made?
Well, the best decision I ever made was to ask Sophie to marry me. The best decision... I don't know whether she'd say the best decision she ever made was to say yes. You'll have to get her on your couch. But don't you try it, mate, because we English, we know a thing or two about you, wazzies and birds. So no, well, I mean, what else could I say? Obviously, my current.
Well, she's gorgeous. Whoop.
She is indeed.
Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please thank the gorgeous Ben Elton? More couch coming right up. The couch needs you, Kitty Flanagan.
No, I've already done it, and I made the mistake of saying that I like schnitzel better than sex, and I've had so many men come up and offer me schnitzel in the street. So no, I'm not doing it again.
You're not doing it. Tom Gleeson, come and sit on the couch.
I did it last time, so unless you cut a hole in it and massage me, I'm not going to get down there. I am going to get.
Okay, that leaves...
I've done it.
Come on, Mikey.
No.
Come on. Mikey Robins, Come on, big fella.
I got to read my contract. No. Oh, yuck. I'm out from behind the desk and I'm close to you, my two least favourite things in the world. Haven't I got stumpy little legs?
They're lovely. Look at them. Lovely brown boots on you as well.
Yes.
Or just a bit of brogue on those.
They're actually a birthday present to myself years ago.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Fascinating.
We're going to start with Mikey with word association.
Football. It's an old joke. Can we keep this quick? I can't hold my stomach in much longer.
Okay, let's try exercise.
Inevitable.
Food.
Food. Not as much as I used to, but I still love it.
Viagra.
Looking forward to the day when I need it. But not yet.
You'll pop a heart valve.
I think I would too, yeah.
You'll pop a heart valve with
Yeah,
that
worse if
stuff,
there's someone else there.
Oh, yeah, the solo Viagra.
Most blokes give that a crack, wouldn't they?
Well, I don't know, would you?
I don't know.
Come on, fella, wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, end up with your penis taking out a restraining order against you.
Newcastle.
Birthplace.
Rabbitohs.
My love. Hey! You wear the red and green?
Yeah, one sad fella.
You know,
He could almost clap like a normal human being as well. That was interesting.
yeah, they like say, when you're a kid, you have pets, because one of the reasons is, pets die, and you learn, to deal with loss. Being a Bunnings fan is a lot like that. Teaches you how to deal with pain.
Panda.
Not as tasty as you'd think.
Moist.
I'm sorry?
Moist.
Cake.
Moist cake.
Moist cake. So much nicer than vagina. See, you put me on the couch as a minute, little man.
Laura.
My love. The wife.
I like it, isn't it beautiful? Every time a fella says something nice, women just go, oh.
Yeah. Is she here tonight? No, she's at home drinking.
Tofu.
I've heard of it.
Me.
Tofu.
Really?
No.
Silky tofu?
No, you.
Silky tofu.
Honestly, you, mate.
Yeah.
They've been for a long time.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he'll be at home later, shag my wife.
Let's go a bit deeper with you.
That's what you said last night.
How long have you been waiting for that one? Were you worried when you lost your weight that you'd also lose your funny?
No, most thing what I was really worried about was ending up with my stomach hanging down my knees like an apron.
Yeah.
Oh, no, seriously, you see some people who lose a lot of weight. And also, too...
Like a member of the Flesh Masonic Lodge.
Yeah. Well, remember, we did decide that if I had excess skin, we'd make leather and sell it on eBay. It's a Mikey wallet. You rub it, it turns into a suitcase.
What was your first job in show business?
You know that.
I know. I'm trying to let the people of Australia into the soft, spongy human being that lurks inside.
When I was
exterior.
at uni studying drama, I paid my way through uni doing kids' parties as a friggin' clown. I was shocking. I was also about 130 kilos. I got on a unicycle once and we lost it. So occasionally when I fart, I hear a bell ring. But the problem is you eat so much cake and chocolate crackles, and when your clown pants start to fit really well. I was Morris the Clown, yeah.
Morris the Clown.
I wasn't a particularly good clown. I mean, you can read about that in my autobiography. Mummy the Clown said fuck.
No, that's a long story we can't go into now, but it's a very good story.
Yeah. Always creepy when the mother says leave the nose on. Other story.
What's the fondest memory of courting your wife?
Fondest memory. I'll tell you one of my favourites, he passed away last year. He's a great bloke. My father-in-law, John, a hell of a guy, but imposing. You know, he'd been in the Navy, been an airline pilot for years and run his own business, and, you know, very... And it was the first time I met him. He was coming over. I said, so you're a pilot in the Navy all those years? He goes, yeah, Laura tells me you tell jokes on television. Is that a job?
What's the key to a successful marriage?
Taking the garbage out before you're asked.
Who would you...
Oh, and the occasional reach around.
Who would you like to play the title role in the Mikey Robins story?
I've been asked this before. Maggie Tabra. Let me do this. This is the longest conversation you and I have ever had without alcohol being present.
No. Bit of a pity. It'd be nice if there was some alcohol involved in this one. What could you not live without?
What can I not live without?
What could you not live without?
Oxygen.
You had a chance then to impress the ladies with my wife.
No, I still reckon oxygen. I love it, but seriously, you've got 4 minutes without gone. I mean, I love you, honey, but breathing's good.
Finish this sentence.
Sure.
This is the last one for you too.
Finish the sentence, right?
Finish this sentence.
Yeah.
Things would be perfect if
we had more time together.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mikey Robins. After the break, Hot Spot. This is Hot Spot, where the news of the week meets the big plastic urinal cake of family entertainment. What's the best part about eating a family pet?
Oh,
Kitty.
finding out where all the socks went to. They eat them.
Oh.
What about saying, tonight, kids, we really are having hot dogs?
2 words. Cat crackling.
Oh, he's making a move in. He's making a move.
Once it's dead, you no longer have to pick its poo up in plastic bags in your hand. I hate our dog.
What can Al-Qaeda do to raise money?
Cake store.
I just love the fact that Osama's already living in a cave and he's looking around and thinking, I now have to downgrade.
They could hang out at the traffic lights and clean windscreens, and if people don't want to do it, they can blow themselves up.
I think you could go for black market body parts. Because basically, if you're a suicide bomber, you could take out everything you don't need to get onto the plane, make a little cash before you...
What can the Australian Olympic team do to raise money?
Take out all the bits they don't. Hey, you'd swim faster, wouldn't you? When you're empty inside, wouldn't you?
Oh, they're all empty inside when they don't win a gold.
Get jobs.
How could Al-Qaeda and our Olympic team work together?
It'd be good if the British Olympic team and Al-Qaeda worked together, particularly the hurlers and the shot putters, because they'd miss everything and throw the bombs and they'd miss.
In the diving, they could announce, I'm going to do a bomb, and you'd know they meant it.
What's the worst thing about a hotel in space?
I reckon with the weightlessness, maybe those brilliant, that wonderful way they fold the toilet paper into a point, which is just so welcoming and really great when you see it. It'd probably unfold in space. And I'd hate that because, you know, it's beautiful, that, isn't it? I don't want to mess with the origami. I end up using the shower curtain, you know.
If you get really upset with the staff and you go down to reception, no one can hear you scream.
That is a crack.
Russell Crowe's phone orbiting the Earth.
How can you tell if a pop star is lip syncing?
Usually, like, the music will come out and won't be in time with her. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a genuine question.
Just the facts.
You throw a bottle at her and see if you can hear her scream.
Change the record halfway through.
Or if it's Lady Gaga, you can usually see her lips moving because she don't wear underpants.
Did you mean fanny lips?
It's so nice when you hear the words fanny lips said with an English accent. It sounds like a character from Great Expectations. No, brother, I'm going to London to live with fanny lips.
I think it's more Jane Austen than Dickens.
You just look at their vag and see if it's in time with their farts. Sorry, I thought everyone else was dancing around it. I just wanted to get right in there. I hate double entendre, it's overrated.
You said vag.
I just wanted to get it in there.
He said vag, right?
There's fanny lips and then there's vag, the prison guard.
It's good that he did the whole professor, nerdy, kind of conservative guy and then hit us with the vag at the end.
Yeah, the vag was unexpected.
I am so going to start using vag.
Start using... Nice, well, do tell you why.
I've got a new word for vag that I'm trying to get to take off, by the way, because you know how everybody's got different nicknames for it. I reckon the perfect word for it is your Oprah. Because, ladies, there's one under every one of your chairs. See if we can get it to take off, all right?
If Jack and Jill went up the hill today, what would they fetch?
Some post-climate change real estate. Just thinking forwards. Isn't anyone else? I'm buying a house at the moment. I'm genuinely looking for well above sea level.
Forget it, Claire, they like the vag stuff. Just give it up.
All right, how about if I say that again, but I point at...
I'm frightened to ask this one. What gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling?
Not modern girls, they've ripped it all out, honestly. It started with Baywatch, who got a stuffed a mattress the size of California with the fumes they were tearing out of those women's. Why did all those lifesavers have to have... Why couldn't they have one big, hairy, old leather lifesaver? She said, come on, hang on to these.
We've gone down the rabbit hole, people. We're not coming back.
Oh, is that what you're calling it now?
Language is developing as we speak. Vag, Oprah, rabbit hole, where will it take us?
Good News Week, the Vagina Special.
The next big musical is based on the life and times of Kevin Rudd. What is it to be called?
The Ruddy Horror Picture Show?
Yeah, I can't think of the title, but I know that the opening number would be Shake, 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 your sauce bottle.
Detailed programmatic specificity, the musical.
The Phantom of the Opera.
This used to be a very classy show.
Maybe you do a musical called Singing in Therese Rain.
Strange but True is next. Time to bring home the strange but true bacon. Claire, Andrew, Ben, you had the palate.
I've been trying to think of something that's funny about this, apart from the fact that it's enormous. That's it. That's all I can focus on.
That's what my wife says.
Toulouse-Lautrec.
What about Toulouse-Lautrec?
He was
a short
tiny.
man.
His palate was probably that big.
Yeah, leave that to the chaser. People of restricted growth. Yeah, you probably had a go at them at some point, haven't you? Clever, university-style way.
All right, I'd like to apologise to the great artists of our time.
We also have the crowbar.
We have a crowbar. I have absolutely no idea why, sorry, but it's in the story somehow.
Yep.
There you go.
And finally this.
By the rather odd rules of the game, we're going to replay the song again, because for the people who weren't watching 3 hours ago, or however long Good News Week goes, you probably didn't see it. I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place when we first met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. You know it. Please don't look at my face, cause I am Britney Spears lip-syncing in my show. It's got a circus theme with a magic act performed by my lips. They don't quite match the words. Sinking, I am lip-syncing. Should stop drinking. Should just stop. There we go. You can go on all night with that song. It's got so many words about faces in it. I thought of another one backstage. I'm dressed in blackface and I am hoping that they'll cast me on Hey Hey when they come back again, cause other shows don't let you be racist. Howdy doodah, my white master. But I won't do any more. It's a song about faces, is what I was told to play.
You did very well. Do we have a story that connects all these ideas?
Well, I reckon a palette of paint and a crowbar, like a painted face, crowbar. The Jackson Jive broke into a store.
You're very close there.
Is it?
Was it a portrait that was stolen?
No, not.
An artist was stolen.
Maybe we're leaning too heavily on the art aspect of it.
Do you know?
Somebody disguised themselves with paint and assaulted Daryl Summers with a crowbar.
While Britney screamed silently.
Ben, are you writing a novel secretly behind the desk while we're playing this game? He never stops.
You know news things. It's what did he put on his? What did he paint himself as? Please.
Are we allowed to just give up?
Don't give up. He's got a crowbar.
Anybody know? Does anyone know the story? You know it?
Oh, it's not the guy that... No, drew on his face a texter.
But that was a texter. That wasn't a palette of paint.
Paintbrush.
You're wrong.
You
Now that the audience has helped out, can you possibly piece it together?
So the guy that just coloured his face in with texture.
That's it, thank you very much. Let's move on. Police in a small town in Iowa have arrested 2 burglary suspects who cunningly disguised their faces by drawing on masks with permanent markers. Matthew McNelly cleverly drew on a full beard.
I don't recognise that man at all.
The caption for that is "Kids say no to drugs."
But Joey Miller already had a beard, so he drew a sort of Zorro mask around his eyes. Yeah.
Criminal
They
mastermind.
have to be the 2 biggest idiots in the world.
They tried to force their way into an apartment. When the owner wouldn't let them in, one drew a gun on his face in text-up. When they were apprehended, they tried to get out of it by pretending to be really lame Maoris. But the guilt was written all over their face, only they spelt it glit. The good news is the idiots have now apologised to both the owners of the apartment they broke into and to Harry Connick Jr. I don't think I can give you any points for that.
Oh, really? None?
We didn't go after all the hard work.
Mikey, Kitty, Tom, you had the woodland creature. We also have the cure.
It was a bit boring before, so here we go. That was better.
Fumes off that. Hey, oi! 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 I don't know if you're aware of it, you just became a mob. What? That's how easy it is. We'll be invading Poland next.
That smells disgusting.
Yeah, it smells like a regretful morning. That's what it smells like.
Jeez, all my spiky quills keep falling off.
Maybe I should go out and get pissed tonight, and I'm doing this in advance.
Claire has.
Got a heave on.
Very strong. Do you know the sad thing is, they haven't even dissolved yet. They don't. Still in there. Still rattling around the bottom.
You know what's really sad is 7 of the finest comic brains in Australia have sweated with some tasteful knob and vag gags for 3 hours. The biggest bloody laugh is some student trick dunking a full pack of Baroccas in. Let's put them all in at once to see what happens.
You have no idea how childish you all look right now.
I do have a story that goes with this marvellous moment.
Shouldn't Kitty have a song?
I'm happy to just move on.
No, I think you've got to sing your song. But till the end.
You're not really playing that guitar.
Yeah, it's your veg.
Really dirty.
Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Peaches come from my nan. She makes chutney, she makes jam. She's a Catholic woman. Something in peaches. Peaches for free, bring on that biz of peaches. Peaches for me. Peaches, peaches, peaches. Peaches, peaches, and other fruits.
Hey, come on, what's the story?
The story is obviously about peaches. Millions of them.
No, not quite really.
All of them free.
This is a hangover cure, obviously.
Obviously a hangover.
So someone's been drinking, perhaps.
And someone has used
Still think it's about peaches.
Well, if fruit falls from a tree,
Does anybody hear it? No, sorry.
if fruit falls, and it rots. It can actually contain alcohol, the fermentation.
Yes,
So
yes.
there's a problem in the English countryside with wildlife, wild animals, woodland creatures, getting pissed.
Oh, I thought it was about just people getting pissed and then putting on hedgehog suits. Like your good self.
Yeah, no, like we all haven't done that before. So basically, the drunk hedgehogs, and
Get a bit punchy.
The problem is, if you're a drunk hedgehog, you got to be really careful when you're having sex, because.
No, you don't, because all your spines go soft. It's quite safe.
So England is basically the woods are filled with drunk wildlife. But predominantly,
one hedgehog in particular.
The best thing was this has happened, but some wildlife rescuers came across a pissed hedgehog in the pub trying to bum cigarettes.
In Devon, animal rescuers found a hedgehog rolling around in an orchard after getting drunk by gorging on fermented apples. Fermented fruit, the alcopop of the animal kingdom.
Now he has to go to AA. He has to go to Apples Anonymous.
The rescuers nicknamed the hedgehog Tipsy because Todd McKenny was already taken. They found Tipsy lying on her back and squealing loudly. When one of the team suggested she'd had enough, Tipsy squealed, "I'll tell you when I've had enough!" They gave the hedgehog some painkillers to calm her down, but she still had a hell of a headache the next morning. She also had a big blanket of memory, which could explain why she woke up in a bed with a pine cone. Stay tuned, Apple Spikers. Fast Money is next. Here it is, the game that floats your leaky boat. Kevin Rudd's Fast Money. In Hong Kong, a man was arrested after arousing suspicion in a gymnasium. What was he doing?
He was arousing suspicion, and suspicion didn't like it.
Our opposition's wittier than us anyway.
Yeah, we'll go with her answer.
Yeah,
very good.
Anybody, do you know?
He had his pants down his pants.
He had his pants down his pants.
Yes, he did.
I like
His pants down his pants.
How do you do that? 2 pairs of pants.
Anybody know? Does anybody know?
Look, I'm always sus in the gym now because they have those plasma screens and they play music videos, which means you have to exercise with an erection.
This gentleman in the Hong Kong gymnasium was using his late wife's membership card to exercise in the female-only section of the gym. He was wearing women's clothing and red nail polish. Obviously not dealing with the death very well. In Texas, a plane about to take off returned to the gate after the crew became concerned about a disturbance. What was going on?
Was that the one where a kid was chucking a tanty or something?
Yes!
Oh, dear.
Go plane go. The child and his mother were escorted off the plane. Not funny, but true. In Austria, a health resort has filled a spa with a different kind of liquid. What is it?
Oh, it's beer. But they think it's good for your skin.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
VB Visage.
It's not the tears of all the locked up children. Don't they do that in Austria?
There's a job for you with this guy's posse, you know?
I'd just like to apologise for Kitty's joke.
In Pennsylvania, a couple got a nasty surprise on their wedding night. What was it?
Shed a penis?
And it wasn't his?
She was allergic. She was allergic to him.
She was allergic to him.
I'm not saying it.
To his...
To his sperm?
To his...
We don't call it sperm. Something nice. He's loved bernays.
Was she allergic to any sperm or just his sperm?
It's his sperm in particular.
In particular?
In particular,
Wow.
apparently. She swelled up quite, a lot.
Her Oprah?
Her Oprah went crazy red. and quite balloon-like. And, yeah. So she was very, very sick.
Okay.
Okay, it was a sad story. We're sorry.
It was a sad story.
We've been infected by the chaser man.
Awful. I'm not going to apologise again.
I'm going to throw it open to anyone. In China, a man had to climb out a window and hide on a ledge after his lover's husband came home unexpectedly. What went wrong after that?
Oh, fantastic. He's out there and he's in the nude, if I remember correctly, and the neighbours videoed him and put it on the computer, on the net.
Thank you very much. He does have it, ladies and gentlemen. So So in the meltdown tonight, Claire Hooper, Andrew Hansen and Ben Elton scored a derivative 3,043 points. Crashed by Mikey Robins, Kenny Flanagan and Tom Gleeson on 3,428 points. And the winners. 10.com.au/G&W is the place to get the podcast, enjoy the extra bits and play our new video game, Vomit the Hedgehog. Don't forget, next Monday, the season finale of Good News Week. Special guests, exploding things, legal injunctions and much, much more. The 2009 G&W Awards. It promises to make the final of MasterChef look like Network 10's most successful show of the year. So we say, hang in there, Al-Qaeda. And leave you with the good news for the week ahead. Indonesian President Yudhoyono will arrive in Australia and at customs, ironically, jump the queue. At the National Press Club in Canberra, the head of Amnesty International will be stuck on a pole as a warning. In the Philippines, it's the final of Miss Earth International. And this year, fittingly, she's huge and spherical. On Monday, India's rich list will be announced. They're the guys inside the trains. And in New York, one of Michael Jackson's gloves will be auctioned. The ad says hardly used, so I'm guessing it's the left one. Smells like Ribena and fear. Good night. Big finish next Monday. Join us.